Hey, goddess, what's up, beautiful? Abiola here. Welcome, welcome, welcome to this juicy video. We were supposed to be live, but alas, Facebook and Instagram are both down. That's what happens when you invest all your cookies in one company. All of your social capital cookies in one corporation. So it's all good. I am pre-recording this for you. If we're just meeting for the first time, hello, darling. Bonjour. I am Abiola. I'm the founder of the Goddess of Paris, Miracles and Manifestation Law of Attraction Retreat. And you can learn more about that at goddessofparis.com. C'est bon? C'est bon. I'm actually going to start learning French next week so that when we are on the retreat and we are having our meditation under the Eiffel Tower, I'm able to tap in with a little bit of Francais. So that should be interesting because Spanish was always my jam in school, but French kicked my booty. But I figure when we are there staying in our fairy tale manifesting castle, I need to have some French under my belt. So I will let you know how that is going. It is day number 10 of Manifesting March, Manifesting Miracles Law of Attraction Challenge, which celebrates the retreat. And for the next 28 days, or today's day 10, so next 18 days, I will be sharing with you manifesting tips, techniques, tricks, things that I do that are able to help me to manifest things that I am wanting, big and small. And sometimes you manifest something, this needs to be a whole separate video. What happens when you manifest what you want and you get it and it's the wrong thing? File this under relationships. I'm a really quick relationship manifester, but I'm still fine-tuning my BS, my belief systems in this area. So sometimes you gotta throw the fishy back. But that can be a whole different video by itself. But ask and it is given, but sometimes we ask and it is given, but we have to be very, very precise when it comes to manifesting for those reasons. The law of attraction, if you're not familiar with it, is all about the theory that we can vibrationally align with anything in God's green universe, and the co-creative dance of that life is not happening to us, but it's happening for us and with us, and we are attracting to ourselves experiences, people, places, things that we are wanting, that are a reflection of the vibration that we are in the world. And I made this slight correction because a lot of times, like, people think of, kind of like looking through a catalog, looking at life through a catalog. Well, there are also lots of other spiritual laws. The law of attraction is only one. Like, there's the law of divine timing. But usually when we feel energetically aligned to something, like there are people who this past weekend who, when I was at this women's empowerment conference, and it was so awesome because I got to see a lot of women who I speak with at different locations. So like Kim Coles, hey Kimmy, I've spoken with her a number of times. My goddess sister, Ari Squires, spoken with her a bunch of times. Who else? Stacy J, spoken with her a bunch of times, and beautiful goddess Janine Staples, it was her event. Now, there were other people, women who I met at this event, and if you come on the Paris retreat, you'll meet some of them as well, who, when I met them, it was so strong for them and for me, like we had known each other. And I tend to feel that way a lot with you beautiful goddesses, where my soul just knows you. Our soul just recognizes each other. Call it a past life if you believe in that, or something else, but our souls know each other. And it is the same thing when we are in alignment with something that we're wanting to invite into our lives, where we feel and we're able to know, oh, yes, this is right for me. And the more clear that we are, the more clear we can get our channel. You know, in our channel, for different people, it'll be more clear in some areas of your life than others. You know, so some people may have a clear money channel and are able to quickly and easily manifest money, but have a fuzzy relationship channel where they need to, you know, fix things on that end, you know, and maybe clear out some old limiting, stuck, broken down beliefs that they have about relationships and themselves in relationships. Some people may have great belief systems about their body and their health and well-being, but not so great belief systems around their business and their agency, the way that they are able to move into the world. So it depends on, you know, the beautiful thing is when you clear up one area, you start to clear up others, and you get better and better at this beautiful art and science of manifestation. Which brings me to today's lesson. Day 10 is all about using your imagination to imagine, what if it did work? What if it all did completely work out? Now, we usually use our imagination to tyrannize ourselves, to torture ourselves, and that is called worry, right? Or that is called anxiety. That's how we usually use our imaginations when it comes to manifesting. There are many different ways to use our imagination. I'm gonna share some like visualization as we go on in the challenge. But today is all about the 68 seconds rule, which I first learned from Abraham Hicks, which is really awesome, which says that only if just the beginning 68 seconds of positive, focused, intense thought on what it is that you're wanting to call into your lives, 68 seconds is enough to start the ball rolling in the right direction. And as we know from physics, an object at rest tends to stay stuck at rest. An object in motion tends to stay in beautiful momentum motion. Yes! And I'm wearing my sparkly jacket because today I was interviewed for my friend Lainey Love, her podcast, which is coming up, and it's all about your sparkle. So I had to sparkle for her. I'll let you know when that is coming up. But yes, 68 seconds. Now, it may seem like that's a short time, but usually for many people, especially if you're not used to meditating, 68 seconds is a very long time. And what happens when we focus on a thought for 68 seconds, you know, most people usually focus for 3 or 4 seconds, and it seems like endless, and give up. But for 68 seconds, then the law of attraction tends to, that thought meets with another positive thought, meets with another one, another, and you've got your momentum going enough to start to call in what it is that you are wanting. Now, the method that I'm going to share with you, because like I said, I know that you know, 68 seconds is a long time when you're not used to sitting and being mindful and being present and being quiet for that amount of time to just focus on a thought. Because when I first started meditating, I had a lot of challenges in this area to be able to focus in that way. Now, because it is a muscle, it is much easier for me. But so one of the practices that I do that I want to share with you is, rather than thinking something everybody thinks, well, I'm going to focus for 68 seconds on manifesting money. Okay, I'm going to urge you not to do that. And here's why. I know people who have focused on manifesting money, like, okay, I want to manifest money, 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 instead of thinking about what it is that you want from the money. What do you want to do with it? How do you want to feel with it? That's what matters. You don't want just money. You don't want just, you know, pieces of paper with, you know, presidents and whoever on it. That's not what you want. You want experiences. You want ease. You want your bills paid. You want to have a good time. You want pleasure. You want passion. That's what you want. And so the people that I know that have had negative situations with this, and you can, you know, I also know people who, you know, and I have as well, focused on a number, manifested money, got money like that, and had no problems. But I also do know people who focused and the money came from an area that they wouldn't want, like an accident, and then receiving a payout from the accident, or an inheritance, and receiving a payout from an inheritance, which means the loss of someone that they love. Now, does that mean that they caused the accident to get the money? I wouldn't say that. Does it mean that they caused the death of the other person to get the money? Absolutely not. But it does mean that they set forces in forces forward that they just wanted the money, and that was the chain, the closest way that the universe was able to bring the money to them. So instead, that's why a few days ago I asked you, how do you want to feel when you have it? Whatever it is that you're calling it, how do you want to feel? So for example, if I was watching this and I was trying to manifest, you know, you could be manifesting health, wealth, relationships, you could be manifesting a new business. You could be manifesting a new product, a program, a service. If you were manifesting, say, your seat at the Goddess of Paris retreat, so that you were there with me meditating under the Eiffel Tower, I would say, well, how do you want to feel about that? And so, you know, if I were wanting to manifest a trip to the Goddess of Paris retreat, I would want to feel passion. I would want to feel exuberant. I would want to feel mystical and magical. I would want to feel enchanted. I would want to feel divine. I would want to feel tuned in and tapped in and turned on to the whole thing. That is how I would want to feel. And that is where you would focus. How do you want to feel? So when I say where you would focus, I'm talking again about those 68 seconds, okay? Because otherwise you're thinking 68 seconds trying to think about money, to go to Paris, focusing on the money. That could help you get away from where you're wanting to be. But when you focus on where you want to feel, oh, think about how it feels when you feel passion. Think about how it feels when you feel joy, when you feel excitement. Think about how it feels when, oh, you got your passport. Think about how it feels when the days are counting down to the trip. Think about how it feels when you get to the airport and you are going through the regular airport hustle and bustle, but you're not even upset or stressed because, oh my goodness, you are about to be in France in a fairy tale castle, law of attraction retreat, manifesting your desires. Think about how you're gonna feel on that first night when we have Josephine Baker Night School, learning how to dance burlesque and cabaret. Do you want to feel sexy? Do you want to feel sensuous? Do you want to feel your womanly powers? Do you want to feel your feminine energy? Do you want to feel divine and sacred and magical? Think about how you want to feel when you are creating a sacred perfume of your choice, with your desires infused in this signature scent. Think of how you want to feel when the aura reader, Goddess Doris, is reading your aura and energy, right? So focus on that. That felt like that was maybe 68 seconds. I don't know, because I was on a real journey there. I'll have to watch it back. But set your timer and focus on how you want to feel. And incidentally, this is a powerful daily meditation that you could do if you're having issues with meditating. Really simple way to meditate. And this is a modification of a process that I learned from Tony Robbins. But you could start with, okay, 3 different ways that you want to feel, right? Or 3 things that you are grateful for. All right, and you would then do 10 breaths, hands up, and like you're pulling the energy, pulling the joy, pulling the power from the universe, right? So you would do that 10 times with breath. And then you focus on that first thing that you're grateful for, zeroing in, picturing it, seeing it in your mind's eye. Remember, today is about using your imagination for what if it all does work. Seeing yourself maybe receive your passport and how cute it is. Are you gonna get a cute passport case? I got my cute pink passport case. Are you gonna do that? Are you gonna get cute luggage, or your old luggage is just fine, right? Then you think about that, you have that moment, and then you do it again. And your eyes would be closed the whole time. You would be focused the whole time. You do it again, have another visualization moment, and then a 3rd time. So you're gonna do that 3 times and time out, and by then it should be 68 seconds. So 68 seconds to your manifestation. You're only 68 seconds away from everything that you desire. How magical, how juicy, how delicious is that? If we're meeting for the first time, you can hang with me on Facebook at Abiola TV and throughout the digital universe, as well as my website, which is called, of course, womanifesting.com, where you'll learn about the Goddess of Paris retreat and much, much, much more. All right, my loves, have a beautiful, beautiful day, evening, morning, wherever you are. Be seen, be heard, manifest a movement. Namaste. Deep bow. Namaste. Yes.